Pinterest is one of the largest drivers of traffic to my website, which honestly shocked me when I saw that several years ago on my Google Analytics. So I'm always checking my Google Analytics to see the referral sources of people coming to my website to know, what social media, what is Google searching, and what keywords they're using, and what type of referrals they're getting from other websites, all that sort of stuff. And Pinterest is enormous. I think it is over half of my website traffic this year alone. Last year it was about 40%. So it's bigger than Instagram, it's bigger than Facebook, and I spend infinitely less time on that app than I do the other ones. Huge source of traffic for my website. Some people say you should have an 80-20 rule, 80% pinning your own content and 20% other people's content, while other people vouch it should be 100% of your content all of the time. Why would you ever promote somebody else's content? And honestly, I'm kind of a mix of the two. I think Pinterest should be whatever you want it to be. I think it should be what you make it to be. So I'm probably about 90-10. It's about 90% my own content and maybe 10% sources of inspiration and other people's content. I think you should use Pinterest however you want to use Pinterest. I think the more time that you spend playing around in the app, the more you're going to understand your own voice and identity within the app. Now, I will say to think of it as a search engine and not of a social media. It's not like Facebook and it's not like Instagram, where you are creating conversation and cultivating an audience. Pinterest, it really doesn't matter how many followers you have. That doesn't matter at all, the people following your pages or your profile. Think of it more as a search engine like Google is, where people are searching for things and you want strong SEO to rank your pins high. So I'm going to show you how to build it, what I did for bio, and then most importantly show you how I pin things. I've never been taught these things. I think that it is working really, really well for me. It's obviously driving a ton of traffic to me. I've booked clients off Pinterest. I have licensed images off Pinterest. I've done commercial work, portrait work. Pinterest is a really, really great tool that I spend such little time on, but has an enormous reward for the time that I have invested on it. So let's get started. Okay. This is not my Pinterest account. I created a fictitious Pinterest account just for us to get started in here. Now, this is what happens when you go home. This is a business hub. If you don't have Pinterest, sign up as a business account. If you do have Pinterest, you can change your personal account to a business account. So I think it's important, if you're going to edit your profile, to have your display name as your company name. You could put your location or what you specialize in. Then you have your username, and which should probably just be your name, and then a little bit about yourself. I think that you should have your link to your website in this. I think that you should have a cutesy little bio like you do on Instagram or Facebook, or the homepage of your website. The 1 to 2 sentences about you will be perfect here. Fill out all of your information. Claim all of this as your own. Then I think it's important when you go back to the home page to create boards. So we should start creating boards now. So let's pin. It's going to pull in the website that I gave it. Well, it's going to give me a little demo here. I don't need a demo. Okay, so let's create a pin from a picture to publish immediately. And the thing is we need to create a board. This whole time I was just trying to create a board. So I'm going to say so-and-so photography. My name, photography, equine photographer. And I do not want to keep this board secret. If there's anything personal that you want to do, I vote moving your boards to secret. So all of my home decorating, anything that is not related to my brand, all of me raising my child, trying to get ideas about how to entertain a toddler, anything that has nothing to do with my brand, I keep those boards secret. Everything else is public. So if that is an extension of your brand, if workout videos or, if that's a part of your photography business, then by all means. Okay, so I just wanted to create that, and I don't want to create a ad for it. I was just trying to create my board that I'm pitting everything to. So now I'm going to go over to my blog. These are some recent blog posts of mine. I, about once a month, will go through and pin everything that has been on my blog. So a really big thing I think your website should have to make it easier for you to pin, but also encourage other people to pin, is to have this little pin this icon for me, I have WordPress, so it's really easy to add onto WordPress. But what that's going to do is generate this pop-up for me to pin on this so-and-so board, okay? So what is really important is I'm going to save that pin here to this board. So let's go through and pin some more. And I'm going to head back to my boards, go back, and now I see that I have this, which I'm going to go in and edit. And under the description, I want to be as descriptive as possible. So over on my website, I had a small description about what they were about. So I'm just going to copy and paste that over here, okay? Now, I want to be even more descriptive than this because as a search engine, thinking of Pinterest as a search engine, they need keywords to go off of. So things that it could be are the brands that are in this image, what this image is about. So there is a quarter horse, so I could change it to Jenna Jacobs and her AQHA American Quarter Horse Mare, don't know, don't care. And that is a Western Pleasure Horse. She is wearing brands. I could say Charlie One Horse Hat and Wild Honey Turquoise jewelry. I can't spell. And now I'm just typing keywords. So NFR fashion, Western rodeo fashion, photo shoot ideas, high school seniors, yada, 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 any type of keywords that is relevant to this image. Now, the important thing is to stay extremely relevant to the image. If I start typing keywords about dogs in here, Pinterest is scanning this image and knowing that it has nothing to do with dogs, nothing to do with cats, okay? So stay relevant and true to what is in the image. Her jewelry, her rings, her necklace, I could have keywords about all sorts of stuff that is relevant and true. She could be a world champion in this, she could be going to that horse show, blah, blah, blah. That's what we're going to do. We're going to save that to our board. We're going to put as many keywords into the description as we can, and then I'm going to save that. Now, typically, I just copy this so that on that next pin of mine, I can just paste it and save that. And that's how I build my boards out. Now, what this did was create a rich pin. And the rich pin from my website means that whoever stumbles across this pin can click on the picture and be taken to the exact blog post that it was sourced from. I prefer doing that because when I personally am on Pinterest and I click an image, I want to be taken to the source of that image and exactly where I found it. So I could just keep going here. I could go, on and on, keep saving to this board that I've made. I could make new boards, more boards, but that is how I use Pinterest.